What's up, Bladers? It's Ender, and welcome back to another video. Today we have an absolutely massive undertaking to do, and it's all thanks to Ronnie in my Discord server. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but this video is for them, so I hope you enjoy it. So the idea is we're going to be trying to make Wyvern Gale a competent Bay that's capable of fighting against meta combos. And this is a massive ask, and I'm sorry to say this, but Wyvern Gale, with it being pretty, this amazing olive green, it's all around it's a pretty terrible Bay. It has so many downsides to it that it was very difficult on my part in my testing to make a combo suited to it to make it compete with meta combos. And one of the main issues is the OWD on Wyvern Gale, which you may be surprised. I'd usually say OWD is a great thing for a stamina or defense type. But on Wyvern Gale, it's the absolute downfall. The issue is there's not enough metal to give it the weight it needs to properly use its OWD. As you can see, there's holes all throughout the blade that allows for outer weight distribution, which actually is meant to increase spin retention, because it's like a weird thing in physics where when the weight's balanced outwards, it creates more stability, while centralized weight, CWD, increases like RPM, while OWD decreases RPM. But Wyvern Gale doesn't do that properly, and it's because it's so light. And you may be like, okay, I can kind of get that. There's not a lot of metal, but usually you're not usually you don't complain about that. And I'm like, that's true, except for it's such a flagrant issue on Wyvern Gale, I can't ignore it. It creates incredible downsides to its performance that's hard to make up for. Another issue, which should normally be good, is Wyvern Gale is relatively round. And you'd be like, okay, Ender, you're smoking something. What are you talking about? Round bays have great performance, and usually I'd agree, but I can't. Wyvern Gale is, yeah, it's relatively round when you look from the top down, but in actuality, it is 4 major blades, 2 larger ones that are denser than the other 2. So there is an unequal distribution of weight that isn't being made up for with denser metal here. It is just very narrow. So it doesn't even really create OWD in the sense that it's supposed to be, because it's so little of it that it's kind of becomes it's called like some people call it standard weight distribution or balanced weight distribution. It depends on who you ask and how old they are, to be frank with you. But like, balanced weight distribution isn't good. It's a quote-unquote jack of all trades, master of none. And that's kind of what Wyvern Gale has fallen into. It's quite poor in performance. Usually a bay being round is good, but Wyvern Gale has so many slopes and pieces that can be hooked onto by your opponent that it just causes it to burst quite easily, or to be KO'd quite easily from the amount of recoil it's taking on that it shouldn't, because it's meant to be round. And usually it'd be like, hey, a sloped blade on a stamina or a defense type is good, because it creates destabilization of your opponent. However, once again, Wyvern Gale is so light that it does nothing. And actually, it gets thrown in the air instead of destabilizing its opponents from below. And its combo doesn't help. Gear Ball, while very cool, is incredibly bad. And it has no place on this combo. 580 is also very pretty, but once again, it has no place on this combo for this video. And you may be like, okay, 580 and Gear Ball have been removed from the equation. What do you propose? Well, originally it was going to be 260, and you may be like writhing in pain, like, Jesus Christ, Enders, please stop trying to use 260 in videos. It's not good. You can't make it good. Well, I kind of did. For once, and it's kind of impressive. So let me show you why. 260 manages to perfectly synergize with Wyvern Gale's blade. these two plastic nubs line up with the holes that are causing it to have terrible OWDs and causing it to be unbalanced due to all the metal on this side. And it kind of balances it out, actually. Even though it's not metal, it's plastic filling it. It does a relatively okay job at it. And you may be like, okay, doesn't it burst a lot? And surprisingly, the answer is no. The metal on Wyvern Gale actually covers it so much that it doesn't come into contact with other bays, blades, or ratchets that much. Occasionally it will burst, but far less than it did previously on its stock combo. But my main downside is, even though it kind of balanced it out, it had terrible stamina retention towards the end of the match. And that's because, once again, there's all this weight on the sides, but not over here. So I was like, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board. 260 isn't going to cure Wyvern Gale. So I started looking towards other meta combos that I know of and use. And one of them is Hell Scythe 460 Ball. And I was like, why not? Let's give it a try. So I grabbed my spare 460, a very thin and relatively round ratchet that is actually has pretty good burst resistance. It doesn't really come into contact too much, and especially when you add it to Wyvern Gale. It lines up perfectly and synergizes with these 4 points without adding too much weight on either side. And it's tucked so far in that the bursting issue Wyvern Gale is having is relatively remedied. Will it burst occasionally? Yes, but it's far less frequently now. And I was like, okay, I have this. This is solid. What can I do for a bit? I tried bits from all 4 type categories: balance, stamina, defense, and attack. But one stood out above them all, and that is ball. And you may be like, okay, Ender, why are you using ball instead of the bad boy, gear ball? Well, it's an issue of surface area. The reason ball bits have been so good and prevalent throughout Beyblade history is, when you look at them, it is the same amount of surface area regardless of where you are on the bit. So regardless of how you're spinning on your axis, you're burning the same amount of stamina due to the surface area being equal all around it. And that's really good for stamina retention, unless your gear ball, which the main issue with gear ball is it's too big. The ball surface area is so large that it's consistently burning through a ton of stamina, which then makes it collapse. While ball, on the other hand, is basically the perfect amount, and it works quite well. So I put the combo together, and I actually found quite a bit of success. It was able to compete with the combos I'm about to show you at the stadium. So I think that's enough of me talking. Let's get to the stadium and let's do some battles. Okay guys, and we're at the stadium. So we're going to be battling against 4 different competitive meta combos to represent each type. For defense, we have Hell Scythe 460 Ball. For attack, we have Cobalt Dragoon 360 Rush. For stamina, we have Wizard Arrow 360 High Needle. And then for balance, we have Night Shield 560 Tapered. And we'll be doing the first spade. The 3 points is the winner. Let's get started. So let's do Wizard Arrow first. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Shoot. As you see, Wyvern Gale is actually pretty stable. Like, it's not wavering as much as it normally does. Hey! Let's go. We got a burst finish. So that's 0-2. It's a pretty great start. Next round. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Shoot. Wyvern Gale is actually doing really well right now. I'm pretty happy with its performance. Ooh, That was a really big crit on it. Okay, and Wizard Arrow wins. So that's now 1-2. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Hey, that's an extreme finish. So that is now 1-5. Wizard Arrow loses. Next up, we're going to have a pretty hard challenge, to be frank with you. We have Hell Scythe 460 Ball. It's basically a mirror match, and we'll be seeing if Wyvern Gale performs better than Hell Scythe. I don't have a lot of faith. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, Wyvern Gale got a burst finish on the Hell Scythe. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. That's actually a surprise to me. I've never seen that happen before. That's really cool. Okay, second. So that's 0-2. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Hell Scythe's being a little bit more aggressive this round. It appears Wyvern Gale is starting to destabilize, which isn't too good for us, but it's okay. Okay, and Hell Scythe wins with a spin finish. That's now 1-2. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Oh man, Hell Scythe that used the extreme line. That's not good for his stamina. Okay, and Wyvern Gale wins with a spin finish, so that's 1-3. And Wyvern Gale wins, so Hell Scythe is out of here. This is actually going quite well. I'm very surprised. Maybe I'm better at this than I thought. Next up, we're doing Night Shield 560 Tapered. This should be a little bit more of a challenge since it's a bit more aggressive than the other two combos. Frequent shoot. Okay, that's 1-0, a knockout finish. Night Shield is in the lead. Okay, second round. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Shoot. Oh man. I'm actually really surprised Wyvern Gale didn't burst. That was very close, I imagine. Ooh, let's see. Okay, Wyvern Gale wins with a survivor finish. That's now 1-1. Next round. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Okay. Night Shield got a burst finish, so that's 3-1, and Wyvern Gale loses. Okay, so Night Shield beat Wyvern Gale. It's the first Bay to do so that's pretty cool. Next up is Cobalt Dragoon 360 Rush. This one should be pretty difficult, I imagine. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Oh, wow, okay. Well, there was contact, so that's 0-1. Wyvern Gale is in the lead. Okay, second round. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. That was a really hard first hit. Okay, Wyvern Gale is recovering, I think. Seeing a little bit of equalizing there. Okay. Okay, and it pulled through. So that's 0-2 now. Going to the third battle. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Okay, and Wyvern Gale wins with a knockout finish. Jesus Christ. Cobalt Dragoon couldn't handle the recoil, I guess. Okay, so overall, that was pretty good. I'm actually really pleased with the outcome of this battle. Wyvern Gale was a extremely hard project to work on, to be honest. It really tested my technical know-how, and I think it worked pretty well. We beat Wizard Arrow, Cobalt Dragoon, and Hell Scythe, and only lost to Night Shield, which I think is pretty solid. It was relatively close with Night Shield. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, maybe check out the one I'm pointing to right here, where I make Dronzer S a viable combo that can beat meta combos. It's a pretty fun video, and if you like this one, I think you'll like that one too. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of every time I upload. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.